What's up, everybody? All right, we're gonna try something different. If you see this, well, I liked it. If you don't see it, well, I didn't like it. So I'm gonna take you to work. I'm gonna show you some of my other work. I don't have time to be in the shop, so let's see if you give a shit about any of this. On the road we go. Woohoo, it's still snowy out. A little bit. Here's the heat, right? I'm sure I'll look back at the audio and go, what the fuck? Oh, looks like nobody's home except Grandma. Salt is attaching to it. C'est la vie. Emergency brake felt good today. All right, we're at the job. This is usually the time I just chill out because I'm always early. I don't like rushing anything if I don't have to. So I will now most likely play a game of chess or two. Relax. Get my mind right, ready for the day. I'll show you all when I get in there. All right, everyone, here's your sneak peek of the bathroom I'm working on. This was a complete gut down to the studs. Got the new ceiling, new lights, new exhaust fan, nice crown molding. Got your fancy mirror, inset into wall with some power. Obviously GFCI, 2 switch, one for light, one for fan. These are all porcelain tile with quartz stones, manufactured stones, same thing as the saddle, 6-inch saddle, actually 6.5. Plumber's still got some work to do here. New fancy toilet, because nothing can be simple in this world, right? With your baseboard, the door's gonna swing out this time. It used to swing in, but no way you would have been able to put that toilet in. And this is a cool tile. More stonework. And the floor is pretty cool. It's a marble floor. I have to put an extension, grind this out a little bit so I can fit this bad boy in there, cut this down and sink this on, bam, and grout around it. This is chevron marble. This is actual marble rather than the marble looking tile on the wall. Pretty cool looking though, right? These are 2 foot by 4 foot tiles. They're big tiles, so it was a pain in the ass, especially doing the ceiling here. I had to put sticks to hold it up. Those are just 2 big ass tiles. The seams around here. I'm gonna silicone these corners. I always grout them first, but I always silicone them after because the corners always crack over time. So I'll take care of that when I take care of that. Cool floating kind of sink. I think there's supposed to be a shelf on the bottom, but we'll see when that happens. Nice new baseboard. I'm gonna put a marble, not marble, but another manufactured stone here. This is gonna be new flooring. And that's the sneak peek of the bathroom I've been working on. The reason you're not seeing a lot of videos. And now I'm in the room. This is the annoying part when you finish, you make something beautiful, and then they're like, can you just take this stone out? It's like, okay. Once I take this out, it destroys all this again. Whatever, they know. And this room's a mess. Water damage from the old crappy AC. Got to fix. Get on that first thing, insulate and all that good stuff. I had just painted the ceiling on Friday. And these are all going to be new doors, new trim, new baseboard, new flooring, the whole nine. Once they started seeing my work in the bathroom, they're like, all right, we're going to have you do everything now. Anyway, job's hectic. Hope that didn't make you too dizzy. I wanted to show you the bathroom. I'll probably pop on some clips of me doing some work throughout the day if you're interested or not, and we'll go from there, everybody. Let's get to work. All right, let's insulate and sheetrock this and get it all closed up. Formaldehyde-free kind. All right, now we can rock it out. Oh, 7 3/4, 11. In case y'all are unaware, this is one of the greatest tools ever made. The design comes from the hospital. It's a bone saw. If you ever had a cast, this will take it off. Super, super useful. How cool is that? I'm gonna get this out of my way. working with live wire, don't do as I'm doing. See the all metal shaft? It's not ideal. Like if I slip and touch that pole, especially the box, it's not fun. All this crap's gonna be changed though. This is all old garbage. Not needed, not safe. I would not consider it up to code. Anything past 20 years, let's fucking throw it away and put a new one in. It costs $7. Or whatever it costs these days. Yeah, that pole is like so close right there. I don't even want it to arc on that box, but it might. Find out real shortly. Real short. Of course, this fucking screws. Just get, you see that pole right there? And that's the hot side too. If that touches that box, it arcs. We don't want that. Again, we're changing all this crap because I don't trust this stuff on my work. I don't care. I'm not going to close up walls with hazards. There's a lot in there too. Anyway, we're going to tape that just to be safe for now. There's 4 things to tape. What were there? Again, any electricians out there, electrical safe is not going to save anybody, but it is a courtesy to put it on for the next guy who has to pull this shit out, which is me in this case. So just common courtesy, shit most people lack these days. I'm gonna be working here and I don't want this to touch this box and ground out and arc. I'd rather not have that fun experience. I mean, it's happened, it's life, whatever, big deal. But if we don't have to experience it, why? There you go, nice and safe for now. Before you close it up, mark your studs. Fucking you. Too much. Broke the paper. You don't want to break the paper. Of course. Okie dokie. All right. Time to clean up and plaster. All right, everybody. Now we're going to do some taping. Of course, somebody closed my bucket because I don't ever close them when I'm not done with it. Pop it open. See what's happening. See how nice and clean that looks in there. You don't have shit around the edges. When you do plastering work, you always have a sponge with you. And you really want to keep those edges nice and clean. So every time you pick up plaster, You're not picking up little rocks that are gonna be in your plaster. Keep it clean. You will always have good plaster. So first things first, keep that safe. I even clean the top lid because sometimes you'll pick shit up and it'll fall right in the bucket and you're like, and you don't see it sometimes. Just stay clean and it's fucking waste it. So now, put this up a little bit. Now we're going to we're going to want to measure out everything. By measure, I mean no tape. I do my flats, and I do my corners. I crease everything before so I know what I'm grabbing. That's for the corner, that's for the top. Some more for the side over here, and then we'll start getting plaster. I like to use the rounded corners, so when you go in, you can clean everything. Nothing gets caught in the corners. You see how you can never get that out? That would be there. So I always buy the rounded one. Plus, when holding it, you can hold this for hours on end, sometimes all day. So it's way more comfortable. This is all purpose. This is for the base. You don't want to use the blue or the lightweight stuff for the base because it's not made for it. I mean, I try to use this all the way through, but this stuff bubbles when you use it all the way through. So you kind of want to get it liquefied a little bit more. Mix it up. There's guys that, you know, I'm not a plaster guy, I'm a fucking carpenter, but I've become pretty decent at plaster. It's taken me a bit, but I got there. So keep it clean and your work will be clean, you know? And again, when you get out of the bucket, clean it up. It's not a big deal, it takes a couple seconds. Now I don't have to worry. Super simple. So try to keep it simple. Tell already this paint job wasn't great because it's just flaking off as I strike it flat. Wipe that shit off because it won't end up in your work. Anywho, I really want to get that in that crack first, and I'll go back over, give it some more meat. Some applications I like to pre-wet the paper because if it's too dry on dry, it'll peel off eventually, but sometimes it's not that big of a deal. Sometimes I'm saying to wet it a little bit. Just a little wetness. It'll bond and dry better. Real tapers, I'm not one obviously, but real tapers, they'll have a roll of a super wet mix. And that super wet mix, they could just roll it out and thwap it right on. And they don't have to do all this striking back and forth shit. I have to build this up so much because the distance, this board sinks in a lot and it cracks around here, so I have to really bring it out with the plaster. It's just not the end of the world. It's gonna make a better outcome regardless. Because you'll see shit like this, you see the little roll in there? Again, it's gonna be a non-issue after I bring it out, baby. Now that we got that, corner, and I can put a first coat on it. If you missed a little, put a little bit more. I have a cornering tool I use a lot of the times, but I don't know what happened to it. I think I left it at home. So I have to make do. I like the cornering tool because, well, it does a job for you, essentially. It's got a little bit off of a 90. See that little wrinkle layer? Do our best to try and get rid of it. It's not always possible because this part's in a little further than this guy. So we're gonna build that corner up anyway. It's not the end of the world as we know it, because I feel fine. Anywho, so right after I do the tape, I go straight to a first coat. I don't like to come back and wait for that to dry. It's got plenty of time to dry until tomorrow, so might as well get some meat on it. And if you can, keep this at a 90, you have a pretty good corn to begin with. It's not always going to be there, and it's very important to strike your corners. You just take your finger to either side. When you're on the board, this side's super tight, and that side's the opposite side's floating. So you can just knock your corner down, and it's perfectly flat. Then you can strike this as you see fit, and when you come back for sanding, very little passes are needed. But it's really good to knock those corners down, because you don't want to have to sand it if you don't have to, right? Save yourself some work. Get all these screw heads. You always have to hit the screw heads twice. When you see shit like that, obviously it's not deep enough, so I gotta get a screwdriver. Again, I should have had the screwdriver in my pocket, but you know, I'm a little pissed off this morning because that guy fucked my work up, so you know, that's in the back of my mind. Any other screws that might be sticking out, just suck them in. Go from there. I work up for the main coat to a bigger trowel. The corners, I always use a smaller one. See what I mean about striking that edge? How perfect that looks already? You don't even have to sand that part. And that's just putting your finger on the edge, because you push it. You push it and it bends out. It's like this. So now I can strike this as flat as I feel. Again, this is just the first coat. I'm gonna sand this after. That was horrible. Let's sand that after, and it's gonna be perfect. And then I'll put my second coat, which is always my final coat. I never ever have to do a third unless it's a big build out of something crazy. I'm gonna have to go here though, because it's a little bit of a crumble. All right, there you go. There's your first coat all sealed out. One of the benefits for working for awesome Greek people, they feed you well. All right. Yummy. So we got the old halo registers in the ceiling. So we're gonna swap these disgusting spotlights out and put in the new LEDs. Super easy. I like to set bedrooms and bathrooms to around 3,500 Kelvin or 3,000, around there, because it's a nice softer. Look at this. All it is a extension essentially. So you just screw that into the housing. If I can do this with one fucking arm. There you go. Super easy. Screws in like a light bulb. The new adapter gets put right in there. Let me do that and I'll show you the light. See, now it's just plugged in. You're gonna want to get that grommet on there. And just push it right in place. Here's your fancy light. Couple more to do. All right, let's check the lights. Pretty cool. And then if you want to get the mood in, got a little cool little glow. Some halo action. Done and looking cool, right? There you go. 4 is barely enough for this room, but it is what it is. All right, everybody. Let's change an outlet here. I already did the most of the room. Show you how this gets done. It's very basic. Now, obviously, you should shut the power off if you're going to do this. The breaker, fuse, whatever you're working with. I choose not to do that because I don't really need to shut it off. Just be careful and you won't get hit. Whacked, they call it. Or shocked. Anywho, you can tell the age of this house just by the fact that there's still flathead screws everywhere. That's not a common screw these days unless it's for decoration, because they kind of suck. And again, working with electrical, you don't really want an all-metal shaft, especially while you're holding onto it. If something happens, you slip or accidentally go in there, you can get whacked pretty good and arc your box and, you know, all the fun annoyances of electricity. So I'm gonna just pop this bad boy off real quick. Now you can see whoever wired this is kind of a knucklehead. Okay, we're running off of a red here. So usually that means it's running off of a switch. I don't think this one is. We're going to test that switch. No, they just used it. So it's not run off a switch. But what you can see that they did, which I don't like doing, but I'm going to have to continue the theme because this guy, there's these poles on the side, which are the best way, and there's these little holes if you have 14 gauge wire that can just poke right in there. I'm going to have to do that because these wires are so short. That's all the slack I have. I prefer to wrap it around the pole and really tighten it down, but that's life. You don't always get what you want. So I'm going to have to come in here and hold one of these and wiggle, 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 wiggle. It's got kind of like a pinched clamp in there. So if you just keep doing this, you have to add back pressure with the plier as you pull towards you. And try not to touch the plier on that wire or the exposed part of that wire, because that will arc. Ah, come on, man. It's gonna eventually pop out. Again, I can't, if I had wire, I would just cut all these off and strip anew and go from there. But whenever electrician did this house, it's, I guess, a joker. So it makes my job a little harder. This is actually dangerous too, because if all these come out and these wires touch again, it's gonna arc. All the annoying shit of life. It's pretty close to getting the arc because this one's actually coming out. It's wanting to come out at least. And I do not believe these are tightened the way they would have been. Yeah, these are all fucking loose. All super loose. Whatever is what it is. See how it's coming out now? It's much longer. It's still fucking ridiculous. This is why you just don't do it that way. It's stupid. Universally kind of stupid. All right, that one's out. Stick it to the side. We don't want it springing back. Oh my fucking God. I'm just gonna break this one off because it's really fucking pissing me off. And the last one, there you go. Fucking stupid. Remember, stupid's not something you can fix. You just have to live with it. There's all kinds of crap in here. Another wire. It's always good to blow out these boxes because, well, sometimes there's flammable stuff in there, and the whole point of the box is to catch the spark. That spark goes down, it touches. Can you shut the fuck up, please? If that spark goes down and lands on something flammable, it can continue on. So, you know, just clean it out. It's not the end of the world. Anywho, now that we have these exposed, this one's a bit long. We don't need all that. There's a gauge on the back of these. Everything about these are, there's measurements and gauges. There's distances. There's a lot to these, just these actual outlets. Again, it's not a crazy class about it, but anywho, just hot. It's typically black to brass, but it's not always black. As you can see, this is red. So this guy is obviously a hot wire. These are neutrals. So typically, these wires have a little more play, so I'm going to mess with them first. Just pop it right in, grab your other one, pop it right in, and sink all these screws down so it's not so close to the box. And depending on the outlet, these screws will actually fasten that wire a little bit more, but they don't all do that, so you can't count on that at all times. Anyway, it's good to get these down out of the way if you're not using them. Same thing with the ground. This whole house has BX, so the actual conduit of the wire, the metal sheathing is the ground. So you don't have to concern yourself with that so much. We're going to take the bottom, put that down. Now we're going to use the top port here. They're all connected, so it doesn't really matter. So I'm going to use the top port because the wire's coming from up top. Again, that's a little long, so we're just going to give it a little whoop. This electrician in the 70s, whoever did this, was probably a little drunk that day. Tighten these pulls up. Push down and really tighten. And now, again, courtesy and a little bit of safety, tape over these poles right up to that line. Straighten your box. Hold here, go around the screw all the way down. I typically pull enough for 2 passes because front and back, you want to really cover any exposed copper or any exposed metal, period. Now I can go in the box a little sloppy. I can grab it from both sides and not worry about being shocked unless something silly happens. Push it in, get it straight. Now we can start getting these screws going. Typically wouldn't do this in this job right now because the painting's not done, but kind of want something to do instead of going home early. I want to get some more work done in the day because the plumber kind of fucked me over, so I have to do some other things. That's life. Anywho, bring it home, bring it home. Can pop that straight. You don't want, it's a decor style, so you want it nice and flat and straight. Give it a nice wiggle, make sure it's not loose, and you're good to go. Here's your outlet. When it's done, we got these nice cover plates. Kind of matches the trim in the house. It's pretty cool looking. And that's probably it for the day. That's how you put an outlet in. Not too hard, right? Alrighty, folks, day's up. We headed home. I had the plumber come in today. See how fucked up his job was. Let's drive around these fucking people. Hope everyone's having a good day. I always liked Mondays. Today was decent, except for what you might have seen in the video. I'm gonna have to get another mount for this camera. I don't like it. Yeah, buddy. Anyway, got some electrical done today, some plaster done today, some sheetrock done today. Not too bad. I'm not gonna kill myself at the moment. If I can hold this steady, this thing shakes so much. Anyway, pretty good day. We'll be back at it again tomorrow. Tomorrow I'll do some sanding and painting. I like painting. It's very relaxing. You can just zone out, put some tunes on, paint away. It's not hard work painting. It's more about the prep work. If you get the prep work done right, everything else turns out pretty good. Go from there. I think I'm gonna get one of those glass mounted phone holders for this, because this fucking tripod my head on it just wiggles and wiggles and wiggles. It's a piece of shit, man. That's why in the shop you can see, at least my earlier videos, you can see it was bouncing all over the fucking place. And now we're in Jersey. Their roads are even worse than New York. That's life. Gracias. It's okay, you know. Let's get on to route. What's this, Route 9? In Jersey, India, a state with no fucking right-hand turns, or whatever they call it. Check my oil pressure. Make sure it's up to par. Got staff on the bridge. Pay those fucking bridge tolls. GWB, it's one of the shittiest bridges in the whole fucking state, but it's the highest toll. The highest toll because most people go over that bridge. They gotta make their money, right? It is what it is. My clients play for my tolls anyway, because I'm not going to. Tried to put in this video. I mean, I did some other things today. I just didn't show them because I just didn't think they were relevant. Kind of boring, I guess. We'll figure that out. Yeah, come on over, buddy. Come on over. Only half a car behind you. You fucking prick. Anyway, I didn't show everything as I said. Ooh, traffic. Let's go this way. Sorry if I'm making you nauseous with the roads. Fucking New York roads. Yeah, we got bridge traffic on the upper level, so we'll take the lower level. I'm not a commercial vehicle, so I can do that. For the most part. I did it even when I was. Got kind of like a pinched nerve in my neck and shoulder. I think I need to change my damn pillow. haven't done a live in 2 weeks. One, because I was hanging out with my brother. Well, he's more important than all of you, so sorry. And the second one, I just kind of didn't feel like it. I was going to. I noticed in the last video after I did it, like 17 people watched it, minus me watching it. And I don't know. People don't care that much. I guess I won't do it. I'm not doing it to talk to myself. I want to talk to everyone else and have some interaction. So nobody cared. I lost, I think, 5 followers over that one video. So whatever. If you're not into me, that's perfectly fine. I'm not into a lot of people too. It's not a big deal. But that's good. You know, if you're not, if you're not into me, it's perfectly fine. Don't stick around. Oh, looks like there's traffic on the lower level too. Look at these ugly ass yellow tiles everywhere. Fucking disgusting. Disgusting. Not too long. Probably let this keep going. I don't know. Wish I could put some tunes on, but I'm sure I'll be flagged or some bullshit. Whoa, you're so badass going 5 miles an hour in a tunnel. Wow, wow, wow. But if I take my mufflers off, I'll sound better than you. There's the New York City skyline. Doesn't even look like New York City anymore. It's like some future shithole. It's still a great city though. Once you take all the people out of it. Well, some of the people. Some are great, some not so much. It's cool looking though. The bridge does have a good view. Maybe an ugly fucking bridge, but it does have a good view. And the lower level is fucking gross. It's just full of rust and old lead, probably. I don't know if it's lead, but old disgusting paint. In the Northeast, we're kind of retarded, so we put ice or salt everywhere for the ice and snow, which just destroys everyone's cars and destroys all the bridges and just speeds up the decay of everything. I was surprised in June when I went back to Cali. I mean, I'm from Cali, so I should remember this, but you forget. I've been in New York for almost 20 years now, so you forget things. So I went back there, I'm looking at all the cars like, there's no rust on anything. This is amazing. Even the shitty cars look nice, you know? It was so cool. That's why you buy cars from that side of the country, if you can. Or from the southern states like Arizona and parts of Texas, I guess, are fine. Some parts. I'm sure near the Gulf it's very humid, but I don't know. I've only driven through the top part of Texas, the little square on top. But I love the Hudson, man. The Hudson, this is the Hudson right here, right under me. If this bridge were to fall, I'd be in the Hudson right now. I love the Hudson. I think it's a magical place. Especially when you go up north more, like near Beacon in the area and the Catskills. Okay, I love the Catskills, man. I love it. I want to die up there in the Catskills. That would be a nice place to die. I want to be on a mountain though somewhere. A lot of the Catskills are wetland and lower lands. That'll be underwater in the future if, if the tides turn that way. I'd rather be on a mountain looking down, enjoying. Plus you don't get all the, it depends. Some parts in the Catskills, you get stuck in areas where there's a lot of routes and highways. So if you're even near it, like it just echoes off it echoes off the mountains around you. You just all you hear is fucking tires on pavement all day long. You want to live in the country and hear that? I don't. So it's good if you find a place, if there's a route, get over the hill and get a property there, because then the sound's not going to make it over the damn hill, mountain, whatever. So that'd be ideal. Future thoughts. That's where I want to end up. Should have been there already, but life didn't work out that way. But what was I gonna say? Oh yeah, the plumber came at the end of the day. We took the toilet out. There's a little mishap there from him, so we'll be able to cover it up a little bit tomorrow, fix it up, go from there, see how it works out. Again, I'm going to start painting tomorrow, bring you guys along. I think I'm going to turn this channel into a little more of a vlog, because I don't want the channel to die out, and you know, the cool diehard fans that stuck with me and showed support, I owe you a little more than just, you know, waiting months to get back to the shop. I don't think that's fair. So I'm going to kind of put out some vlogs maybe every day. You know, that'll blow up the channel pretty quick, because the more you put videos up, you know, at a more frequent rate, they're going to push your channel hard, because they get to put more commercials on your stuff. I don't put commercials on it, but they do. They make money off of me, even though nobody watches my shit. I was actually pretty disappointed that knife video in my Raven. Like, it's been over a month. It was only 100 views. I think that's kind of pathetic. That's 2.5 days worth of work. You know what I mean? And I thought it was a pretty decent blade. It's basic, of course, but still, it's a nice blade. Whatever. Again, they're not pushing my channel, so if they're not pushing it, and if nobody's liking you can watch the video, but if you don't click the damn like button or share it, it doesn't help the channel at all. Just you watching it. I mean, I'm grateful you watch it. Thank you. I love you all, but there's no promotion there, you know. And again, if I don't put frequent posts up, look at all these fucking people on their phones, not even looking around. I get we're in traffic, but there's 2 morons next to me. I know I'm on my phone too, but I'm watching the road and my hands are not holding the phone. Anywho, so I guess the vlog style thing, I'm gonna let you guys into my construction life, because I've been doing construction work since I was 14 years old. I started very young. I started working in the summers as a kid, as some of you might know. So this is my bread and butter. You know, I can do this stuff in my sleep, and I do it all, as you'll see along this path with me. You know, I've done it all. Again, I'll get a new mount, so this fucking camera's not shaking everywhere. Maybe I'll get a mic I can hook up to this thing too. Figure that out. Actually, I should probably plug this in, because I'm recording and it's gonna die if I don't. Oh my God, Suna, you blind me so. Anyway, you'll have to forgive this shakiness. It's not forever. I'm sure it could be nauseating. Let's go, Honda. Get out of my way. Got a heavy truck with bad brakes. Whee! Yeah, this fucking roads, man. New York is the Empire State, literally. The most money in the world just pumps right through New York. But the roads are dog shit, because they don't care. But the election season, when it comes around, they start fixing roads. No surprise there, right? Anywho, I got my eyeballs on a mount. Everyone says it's pretty good. It'll hold the iPhone and all that jazz. And it hooks right up on the glass, so I think that'll be better. As long as it's very stationary. We'll check it out, see if it works. It's not the end of the world if it doesn't. A lot of traffic going into the city right now. Why is everyone going into the city? Maybe it's people coming back from, again, this is, I think today's a holiday or some shit. I don't know. Don't care. I don't really pay attention to the standard holidays. I stick to my pagan holidays. I mean, I celebrate Christmas and all, but I call it Yule, and I'll still say Merry Christmas to Christians. I don't give a shit about that. It's fine with me. I was raised in Christendom like everyone else in the Western countries, so I don't take it personal. I know the esoteric symbolism behind it all, and I know how to respect it and not fall to the delusions written by man. There's a lot of truth in it. I mean, There's a lot of bullshit, but there's a lot of truth as well. And I do think everything ebbs and flows, you know? Just the faiths do, the gods do, they come and they go. It's in all the scriptures. Every scripture has the same shit, so there's obviously truth in it if everyone's writing the same shit down. A lot of these people never knew each other. They didn't just sit in the boardroom and work this out, you know? Figure it out. Yeah, I wonder if I could hook it up right here in the same area because I like that view. I'll show you this maybe tomorrow on the way home. It's a pretty cool, it's called the Cloisters. I've mentioned it in a video, so again, it's Christian iconography, but it's the old world buildings that have there's like castles. It's so beautiful. I've gone there a few times. I met my boy Xander there in 2012. Brother. Yeah, tomorrow we'll get the painting going, some plaster work going. Got to put another coat in that hole, that big patch I did around that AC. Maybe I can, it'll be dry by tomorrow, but I gotta sand it and put another coat. Maybe I can get a fan or a space heater on it. Yeah, just cut in front of me, buddy. I'm not here, it's okay. Fucking prick. Yeah. If you never drove in New York City, it will make you a very good driver. You will become a very good defensive driver. But if you drive passively in New York City, you will get in an accident. Because everyone's an aggressive driver. But nobody really gets in wrecks. I mean, obviously there's accidents everywhere, but it's life. But statistically, there should be way more. It's like NASCAR out here sometimes. People are just in and out, and nothing really happens, which is good. But it's funny when you just look out and pay attention to it. It's pretty fun. Maybe I'll throw some money in the bank and buy that new mount. Should come in a day or so. Right for another toll. And the bird's eye of the Hudson over my shoulder here. It's beautiful. Probably about 15 stories up, something like that. I just left Manhattan. I was Inwood, now right into Riverdale, my home. It's a little better. So I'm in little Jewtown now, which is fine. I like most Jews for the most part. Riverdale's full of Jewish people. A lot of Hasidic Jews, a lot of Irish people, and a good amount of Russians. I'm a big fan of Russian culture. They've got some interesting food, beautiful women. I like the masculinity aspect of the Russian culture. They really held on to that. I like that. A lot of European cultures that got real sissified, like Americans have. Some. I'd say more the city dwellers, because you go in the country, it gets real rough quick. Like upstate New York is, you can't even compare it to the city. It's like a different country. And it's the same state. I mean, you'll find pockets of city, rich city folk that live up there because they have the money so they can live wherever they want. But for the most part, it's very country. There's certain parts of upstate New York I just can't live in because when the pollen kicks in at a certain time of year, it just destroys me. Destroys me. Like my nose would just start crusting up and closing up. I can't breathe. It's like I've never experienced anything like it. And then other parts, absolutely nothing. Nothing. I bet if I ate if I went to an aviary, is that the right word? I think it's aviary. And I just got some local honey and some bee pollen, the allergies would clear up right away. But again, I don't need honey from up there because I'm not up there to buy it enough. But I do have some Pennsylvania honey. Maybe that's why I don't have allergies in Pennsylvania. Sorry for to it. Here's my exit. See how quick the drive is? Even with traffic, it's just so quick. It's just an absolute pleasure working at this job. So, we're gonna do it to it, baby. Dude, go. What the hell are you stopping for? Thanks. Traction control kicked in because you had to just slam on your brakes. Stupid ass computer. Dude, what are you doing, man? What are you waiting for? The stop sign to turn green? Oh man, you better be a fucking 100, dude. Some people's kids. Your mama should have swallowed. That's all I gotta say. Oh, you want to come in front of me, right? Of course you do, you prick. Now, I would think this person would be a cab driver, but it's not. I don't see a lorry plate. It's just a bad driver in general. C'est la vie. 2 more turns and I'm home. Then I'll go and edit this video very minimally. I'm gonna make these blog style. I'm not gonna go crazy with the editing because I just don't like that. I'll save that for my more artsy building videos and shop videos and music and all that fanciness. Definitely got to get a new holder though. This is not gonna work. It's just too bouncy. These fucking horrible roads. Just bobbleheads it. Wow, looks like everybody's gone in the neighborhood. All these parking spaces open. Disgusting. The school won't even fly an American flag, but they have the progressive flag up. That makes sense, right? That makes sense. So disgusting. Poor kids. They have no idea what's happening to them. Come on, red light. There's nobody here but me. Another thing like California, their light is determined by the cars. They're not on timers like over here. So if you just miss the timing, you get stuck at a light even though you're the only one waiting. It's absurd. Hey, look at the little whippet. It's a whippet mix. Looks like it's mixed with some collie or something. I got a half whippet. She's prettier than that dog though. She's prettier. Alrighty, Joe's home. Let's get this asshole off my tail so I can back in. There you go, fuckface. Back it up, baby. That's right, I got my own driveway. I'm special like. It's kind of rare in this on my block. Not every house has a driveway. If you were unfortunate enough to buy a house without one back in the day, well, you're screwed. Anyway, everyone, till tomorrow. Thank you for watching. Bye.